everybody, my name's Jo, I'm from Sustainable Wantage. We work to encourage and facilitate sustainability in our area. We're a community action group. And one of the ways we encourage sustainability is through the mix. 2.5 years ago, it looked like this. It was one of 23 empty shops in our town centre. We've transformed it, ta-da, into a community space. It now offers workshops, skill sharing, resource swaps, hot desking facilities, and it's used by a wide variety of local groups. Environmental choices are often economic choices too. Saving energy and reducing waste reduces our bills. Our activities in the mix reach out to a whole range of people, from those who can afford to choose their behaviours to those who are restricted by circumstance. In doing this, a multitude of links are made across our community. The most common feedback we get from our workshops is, I made new friends. We also get, I feel less stressed, and I achieved more than I thought I could. We're asking you this evening to help us with our rent. The mix costs £650 a month to run, and it currently makes just over half that. Although we're asking you to help us with core costs, what we're really asking is that you help us achieve the security to reach out to more people through more activities. So far, we've been hopping along in 3 to 6 month stretches, which obviously limits forward planning slightly. We've now built up enough funds for a year, but in order to keep our rent at the current rate, which is well below the market value, the landlord has asked us to commit to a longer term. If we can raise £3,000 this evening, we'd be almost ready to sign a 2-year lease. And this stability could unlock other funding for us. So securing year 2 this evening could actually help us sign a 5-year lease. I'd be happy to explain how in questions if anybody wants to ask. So what makes us worth supporting? We offer practical skills and solutions to help people live more lightly on our planet. If you're thinking, I've sorted out my recycling, what do I do next? We have answers. You can take apart pallets that a local supermarket is looking to dump and learn how to make them into furniture, as is happening here. You can find out how to grow your own food. Surplus apples become juice, sometimes cider. Scrap fabrics become bowls, nettles become cake, and it even tastes nice. Our workshops and activities engage people with a whole range of backgrounds, interests, abilities, and ages. Anything from a 2-year-old making a scrap art picture to an 82-year-old learning how to pack test electrical equipment. We're very inclusive. We also support local people to make things happen. This January, a team of mums got together to organise a children's clothes swap in the mix. Between them, they gathered over 1,200 items of clothing. 2/3 were recycled back into families in the community, and the rest went to a local Little People charity. Alongside workshops and regular resource swap events, we run a resource bank. People bring in things they no longer need, and we pass them on to people who can make use of them. We're working with local businesses, schools, community groups, and individuals to reuse what we have instead of throwing away with one hand and buying more with the other. What comes into the resource bank also directs what we do. For example, we've had a lot of fabric donated recently, so a lot of our upcoming workshops are showing different ways to reuse this. The resource bank is instrumental in bringing about behaviour change, as people begin to realise stuff has value even when it's not valuable to them. Our Saturday market fruit and veg stall used to throw all their cardboard and plastic crates straight into landfill. They said, we haven't got time to sort it. They let me take some of their mushroom crates up to a local preschool who are now using them for storage in their art cupboard. The next time I went along, they had their cardboard and their plastic stacked separately. The time after, they said, can we save some for you next time? And when I went to pick up this stack, they asked about who's using them and what for. And this guy said, well, isn't that better than throwing them in the bin? The resource bank is about making the links between the waste and the need. We collected 18 half-used tins of paint for an art teacher to paint a mural with a class. The teacher was delighted, but so were the paint givers. They were, for the most part, elderly couples who had the tins sitting in their shed And instead of taking it to the tip, they've been able to pass it on to somebody who needed it and became part of a school project. Sharing resources is really a win-win situation. The mix is really gaining momentum. This time last year, we were offering 5 or 6 events a month. Sorry, pointing the wrong way. Now it's 10 to 12, and people are coming to us from all over the county. Last year, we reused or rehomed 450 kilos of resources. This year, we've turned over more than double that already. We've been nominated in 2 categories of this year's OCVA Awards, Best Environmental Impact and and Charity of the Year. Our plans for the future: keep going and do more. We're currently running a project with Oxfordshire Learning Network, which is allowing us to offer many of our workshops for free, so lots of people can come and learn with us. We've recently had our first repair cafe, and we're talking to our local food bank about how to offer cooking skills. Up until March this year, the mix was entirely run by volunteers. Since then, I've become Sustainable Wantage's first ever paid worker. We are small scale, but we have big ideas, and we really hope this evening that you can help us realise them.